Hey all, welcome to Real Little Britain. Folks, tonight I've got another beer for you. And let me tell you, as an Irishman, I love my stout and porters, but then they get special because some of them get brewed and put into wooden barrels, whiskey barrels. This one is from the BlackJack brewery, okay? And this is brewed in Manchester, so it's BlackJack Beers Limited. And this beer is their BlackJack, their smoked farmhouse porter. Look at that, folks. Now, the special thing about this beer is that it's aged in for 6 months in Glenfarclas 1978 oak casks. Now, this is a limited edition bottle. There you go. You see 556. Alright. This beer was purchased from Beer House in Yorkshire. Oh, I think I've had it now about possibly 5 months. Just aging a bit more for £4.95. Really looking forward to trying this, folks. It's 8.2% ABV, so quite high, but 330ml bottles. We're going to get straight in and we're going to see exactly what this beer is like. So this beer is open with a great hiss. We're just going to go straight in with the pour. So the beer is pouring with good carbonation. It's pouring quite a light body as well. Let's just stop there. It's a 3-finger head, tightly packed bubbles, just off white in colour, like mocha coffee in colour. The beer itself is very, very dark, black at the top end with a little bit of a ruby brown chestnut tinge at the bottom. Let's go straight in with the nose, folks. Oh, it smells like my Blackie's Brewery Winter Warmer Treacle Stout. There's treacle, there's licorice, there's oak, there's a little bit of blackberry starting to come through. Oh, this is... The smokiness of this beer is fantastic, and I just wonder, is that coming directly from smoked malt, which I use in quite a few of my beers? But sometimes you also get the smoke of Scotch beer, folks. You're also getting a bit of a wheat nose as well, and there's a little bit of dark fruit, very much like plums or black cherries. We're going to go straight in. Cheers. Oh. Oh. Oh my word. So the first thing I'm going to turn around and say is, forget the word porter. This for me is what I would classify as a transatlantic porter, or a trans-Baltic porter. The first thing you get is this massive, in-your-face oak smoked notes, which lead to quite a high volume black or dark fruit notes, very plums, blackberries, you know, big raisins. You get that peatiness of the whiskey, and that is present, and that whiskey is mixing well with the malt. You get coffee, you get licorice, and it's not like birdie bass, it's licorice, it's like proper root licorice. The body on the beer for 8.2% is quite thin, but lovely, lovely tastes. For a porter of 8.2%, I would be very proud of this because the absolute flavour is there. You're getting everything. You're getting the flavour of the porter, and you're getting the mix of the oak barrel with the whiskey as well. Everything is complementing each other. The only thing is the body on the beer is a little bit weak. Carbonation wise, it is quite carbonate. That does start to settle down, but after a period of time. A very good beer. This was purchased from Beer House for £4.95. Would I buy another? I would buy 3, and actually I would probably age them for another little while. I'm gonna This is bottle conditioned, I think, so I'm just going to put the rest in there and see what we've got. But I am so glad I kept this. Smoked Farmhouse Porter from the Glenfarclas 1978 cask. Folks, 8.2%. Do you get the 8.2%? You do and you don't. Oh, absolutely stunning. At the minute, I'm very big into, you know, pairing beers with food, and I think this doesn't need any food. Not at all. Is what I would say is a beer for Christmas. This is Christmas night. You know, your belly's full. You've had your Christmas dinner. You've had cheese. You've had chocolates, and you're thinking, right, I just want a nice little beer. Even though it's 8.2%, just to sup on, which gives me that warming feeling, just in case I want to nip outside for a fag or whatever. Just to, you know, give that lovely warming feeling. This is the beer. Absolutely stunning. Tonight I've been spoilt with beers. I've had four or five beers, and three of them have been out of this world. Two of which have been 10 out of 10, and now this leads on to the finishing this beer. What's it like? This beer is roasted malts. It's got a little bit of lovely coffee. It's got licorice, which leads to a really good balanced malt backbone, which then has its hoppiness is in. I reckon there's Fuggles hops in it, which gives that kind of deep berry note to it, and maybe possibly some East Kent Goldens, which leads to a wonderful oak whiskey cask peat finish. What do I give BlackJack BlackJack Beers Limited from Manchester for their BlackJack, their smoked farmhouse porter at 8.2%, aged in Glenfarclas 1978 casks. Folks, this to me, again without a doubt, is a 10 out of 10 beer. 10 out of 10 beer. Tonight I've had 5 beers and 3 of them have been 10 out of 10. Absolutely amazed. Sometimes I get beers which I know I'm just going to session and I put them all together, and the reason is that I know that I'm going to have a good session. This is what I've done. That's really Little Britain doing a review on this fantastic beer. Cheers, Beer House, for supplying it, and Slam Cara. If you ever want to go, www.beerhouse.info, check it, buy his beer, review it. Great customer service, the whole heap. Bang.